welcome to the 2020-2021 Cooper preseason wrestling workout. 2020 is going to be a strange wrestling season. It's already been a strange year, and we need to kind of get ready for the season, but most of the impetus is going to be upon you to prepare yourself for the season, and I'm sending you exercises that I believe will help you or will prepare you for the upcoming season. You need to take this seriously. When we start this season, everybody's got to be ready to go, and we can't be fat and out of shape. We've got to be ready to go when we hit the mats on November 2nd, because our time is limited. There's a lot of protocols that are in place. We just received them from the Kentucky High School Athletic Association yesterday, and then we, as the coaches and the athletic directors, that we are trying to figure out how we're going to go through this season. So there are some things that we do know for a fact. There's still things that I need to go through when it comes to the information that was sent out. It's a long document, but it involves protocols when it comes to weigh-ins and mats and different types of things with when you wear a mask. These are all things that we have to look at. How many teams are allowed to be in specific tournaments? How many participants are allowed in tournaments? So we've got to look at these. We've really got to do some investigation with regard to this. So there are some things that we do know. Some things that are still out there that we have to figure out. So, we do know that the season begins on November 2nd. We also know that there cannot be any competitions before November 7th. I mean, we used to be able to begin the season the Saturday after Thanksgiving. So, they've cut our season short. They've also limited the number of contests that we're allowed to have. We are not allowed to have any scrimmages, so we won't be going to Moeller, we won't be going to Dakota East. When I talk about weigh-ins, they're talking about having mat-side weigh-ins, which means that you would weigh in your singlet. Now, for some of you, that may not be a big deal. You've done this before, but for others, this is going to be something new, especially those of you that have weight issues where that extra weight of the singlet might be the difference between you making weight and not making weight. But again, for some of you, it may be something with which you are familiar. If you've wrestled in spring tournaments and summer tournaments, and people like Hannah who've wrestled in national tournaments, this is something that would not be unfamiliar to them. All right, so again, we're still trying to figure out how practice is going to be. How often we have to sanitize the mats, whether you're going to be able to use the locker rooms, whether you're going to be able to use the restrooms, even the hydration, the body fat testing. There are specific rules and regulations as to how we're going to have to go about doing that. Maintaining the social distancing. It would be one person at a time, and you've got to wear your mask and everything else. So it's very complicated, and we're still sorting through it. So, just bear with us as we leak the information. In our current political environment, saying leaking information is probably not the best thing. But the thing I want to emphasize to you is that when we get to November 2nd, I want you to be in shape, and we're gonna test you. We're gonna see what your conditioning is. We're gonna push you on that first day. So you've got to be ready. You've got to be ready to go. And a couple of other things too. We know that there is no river sweep this year. We also know that there is no craft fair. So instead of doing those two events, we're going to be doing a cash for trash towards the end of October. Most likely it'll be on October 24th. Then we'll also be working at the Boone County Household Hazardous Waste Collection, which is on November 7th, which historically would have been the day of the Cooper Craft Fair, which we're not having this year. But for the November 7th, that's just like the craft fair. Everybody's got to be there. I mean, it's mandatory. October 24th, I know it's preseason, but it's something that we all need to be there. We're gonna be picking up harvest just like we did at the river sweep. I'm not sure it's going to be as I'm going to say nice, where they're giving us coffee and donuts in the morning and then feeding us in the afternoon. That was a whole different thing, but I'm not sure if that's going to be the way that's going to follow this year. But we need the money. We're going to. My goal is to purchase a new scale this year. The scale that we've been using, it's on its way out, and it's expensive to fix and to calibrate. So we'll just buy a new one. And the old scale, we've had that scale since the Cooper was built. So maybe it's time to retire it, or maybe we'll use one in one locker room and one in the other locker room. So we'll just see how that plays out. So the last thing for right now is that we still will do the Jaguar Marathon. We'll be on that Wednesday before Thanksgiving, as it always is. As to whether or not we would go to IHOP, that's still up in the air. I would say no right now, or maybe just the seniors, or maybe we can work something out. Depends upon, again, the social distancing protocols and how well we protect ourselves and keep things to the rules. So let's take a look at the conditioning exercises that I want you to perform. The first one is an oldie but a goodie, but the thing about it is we need to do them right. And this is one reason about the push-ups, is that a push-up is a great exercise as long as we do it right. I mean, it works the arms, it works the chest, it works the back, it works the shoulders. But if we don't do them right, then they don't do you any good. And so what we need to do is do perfect push-ups. And I want you to start off by doing 10 perfect push-ups, meaning, again, back straight, head up, arms extended. Then you'll drop yourself down to the floor, finishing 2 to 4 inches from the floor, and then coming all the way back up with straight arms. You've got to have straight arms. You've got to extend your arms all the way out, because if you don't do that, you don't work the long head of the tricep. And here we're trying to get stronger. We're trying to get the stronger arms. The goal is for you to be able to do 100 push-ups by November 2nd. Now you're probably thinking, oh my God, 100 push-ups, I'll never be able to do it. Well, you don't have to do all 100 at one time. You can do them in different sets. Some of you may do 4 sets of 25 or 5 sets of 20. There may be some of you starting out that may only be able to do 100 sets of one. Hopefully by November 2nd, you're still not doing 100 sets of one. But we need to get stronger. We need to strengthen our backs, strengthen our arms, strengthen our shoulders. Now, if you can get to 100, push yourself. Go to 150. Then go to 200. See where you can go. Set a specific goal. One of the suggestions I have for you is, if you're watching TV, is to do push-ups during the commercials. Instead of fast-forwarding through the commercials, do push-ups. Do as many push-ups as you can. And then roll on your back and do as many sit-ups as you can. So this is what we need to do. We need to take advantage of the time that we have. So again, if you've got a few minutes, do push-ups and sit-ups and maybe some dominant push-ups. So this is something that we really need to do. And again, you'll notice as we go through these videos is that they're all talking about proper technique. And so that's what we really need to focus on, is technique. All right, so if you notice on his push-ups, his back was straight, his butt was down, arms extended, coming down 2 to 4 inches from the floor. Another type of push-up that you can do is the diamond push-up. I know there's some of you that just love the diamond push-ups, but again, this is a push-up that will work the different areas of the chest. So you've got the muscles, the pectoral muscles. They extend from your sternum all the way out into your shoulders, and so you can work different areas of that. And so again, the diamond push-ups is another good exercise to do. You can do this instead of the
When performing the diamond push-ups, get into the standard push-up stance with your hands together directly beneath your chest. Both of your index fingers and thumbs should touch to form a diamond shape. If needed, drop to your knees for a modified position.
Hey guys, it's Miranda and Cheryl here at our NorCal CrossFit Santa Clara location to talk to you guys about scaling handstand push-ups. First, Cheryl's going to show what we see happen a lot of times in class. While it's cool that you're up on the wall doing that, it's great that you can get into your handstand. You're training about a 3-inch, maybe, in Cheryl's case, like a 1-inch range of
We had technical difficulties throughout this whole process, and so I've been, trying to work through them. I wanted to get this to you yesterday, so it would be actually 1 month before we did this, but after an hour of going through the videos and everything else, that I found that my screen recorder wasn't recording. So that's one of the issues that I have with that. So I apologize for that, but just, again, focus on the technique and what we looked at. So sit-ups. Now, I want you to be very specific with the sit-ups. Again, I want to look at the technique. We're doing perfect sit-ups. We're not just rolling our shoulders, off the floor. We're not just putting our chin to our chest to make it seem like it's a push-up. The push-ups that I want you to do can be done one of two ways. Either you've got your knees bent, you're laying flat on the ground, and that you can either take your hands and bring them all the way up to your knees. All right, you run them parallel to your quadriceps, and you put your hands all the way up to your knees with the base of your hand going to the top of your knee. Or you can spread your legs a little bit, and you can put your hands between your legs at about the mid-thigh level. And again, I want your hands to extend all the way through to the base of your hands until they are, to the back of your thigh or your hamstring. So, again, it's the technique. It's doing it properly. And I want you to do as many push-ups as you do sit-ups. So if you do 20 sit-ups, you do 20 push-ups, and that's as many as you can do for that set, I want you to do 20 sit-ups, then doing it proper. And then you can go back and do another set of push-ups and sit-ups, and just alternate back and forth between the push-ups and the sit-ups, say till you get to your 100 or until you cannot do any more push-ups. So we'll take a look at this.
Abdominal crunch. Instructions. Starting position. Lie on your back with your knees bent. You can do the crunch in different ways, keeping your hands behind your neck, across your chest, or putting your arms forward, parallel to the quadriceps. Muscle contraction. With your abs tight, curl up and push forward. Maintain the contraction for a few seconds. Tilt your chin slightly. Keep your abdominals pulled in during the entire range of motion. End of the exercise. Lower back down with a controlled movement. Muscles involved. Breathing. Common mistakes. Use explosive moves. Push the neck forward during the movement. P for PCAM, abdominal crunch.
All right, so the next exercise is our planks, and I know everybody loves planks, but again, it's this proper plank. We got to do them just like with the push-ups and the sit-ups. We've got to do a proper plank. All right, your back straight, butt down, straight line from your ears to your heels, and the ultimate goal is for you to be able to do a plank for 2 minutes. So start with 30 seconds. And again, this could be something that you could do with your commercials, where you could do, a set of push-ups, set of sit-ups, and do a plank. Push-ups, sit-ups, plank, until the commercials are up. You got about 3 minutes with commercials usually, so you can do it that way. So this is something that we really need to work on, and this is a core exercise. This is an exercise that is going to work your core and make us.
Begin by lying on your stomach. Place your elbows below your shoulders, the hands with the palms on the ground and onto your toes. This will create a straight line from the shoulders to the heels. Hold this position for approximately 10 seconds. If you are able to maintain this posture and hold longer, you may do so. If you begin to lose posture by dipping down or rolling side to side, then you have performed this for too long. The key here is to maintain good posture for as long as you are able to. Take the amount of time you are able to hold the position and complete however many repetitions you need to add up to 60 seconds. This may be either 4 sets of 15 seconds, 3 sets of 20 seconds, or even 6 sets of 10 seconds. If this is too difficult for you, you can perform this exercise.
I'm not going to show you the modified plank because I don't want you to do the modified plank, but here's what we're talking about here. Again, we've got this straight line that exists. We got to maintain this proper posture. Now, notice the difference here. This woman has her hands in a fist. The other woman had her hands laying flat on the floor. It doesn't really matter which it is, but the main thing is maintaining that proper positioning. And as they said in the video, that if you can't maintain it for the minute or the 30 seconds or whatever, stop and then take a short break and then do it some more till you can build up. All right, so excuse me. The next exercise are mountain climbers. This is going to be working your lower back, your legs. It's also going to be working on your cardio. And start with 30 seconds, or start with a specific number. Each time you bring a leg up, that would, left leg would be 1, right leg would be 2, and then you would keep counting. Say you're going to do, 100 of those, or you're going to do them for 30 seconds, or you're going to do it for however much time you can do it. But also notice that they're going to focus on proper form with, back flat. And doing it the right way. So this is the main thing we want. We want, again, a proper technique.
Mountain climbers. Get into a push-up or high plank position. Now bend one knee and drive it toward your chest. Then immediately return it to the starting position and do the same with the opposite leg. Continue alternating legs at the most rapid speed you can to appear as if you were running up a mountain.
So the good thing about these videos is that they show you not only the proper form, but they also show you the exercise or the muscle groups that you use on these. All right, sticking with the legs, we're going to do squat thrust, and you start with 25. Now, when you look at these squat thrusts, there are different types of squat thrusts that you can do. We're going to take a look at the different types. Even within the videos, they're going to talk about the different types that you can do. But in the end, I want you to be able to do the jump and the push up. And again, you can either do it time wise, up to 2 minutes, or you can do it on numbers where you try to get up to 100 or how many ever you want to try to do. So we'll take a look at the squat thrust and again the different aspects of the squat thrust.
Hi, well and good. I'm Charlie Atkins, and this is The Right Way. Today, we are talking about everybody's favorite exercise, the burpee. So burpees are really hard. Nobody really likes to do them, and there's a lot that can go wrong in a burpee. This is what a bad burpee looks like. I totally overreacted on that, but as you can tell, there was a lot going on. The right way to do a burpee is actually combining 4 different exercises. We're combining a jump, a squat, a plank, and a push-up all into one. Burpees are really effective if you do them correctly because they're a total body strengthening movement. So this is the right way to do a burpee. First, I need a strong jump. So my head is in line with my heels. I'm gonna come down, knees go wide, and I'm just hopping up and landing right back down into my squat. When I land into my squat, I wanna make sure that I have a soft landing. So I'm just jumping up and coming right back down. From there, I'm coming into a squat. Head stays in line with my tailbone, knees go out wide, and I'm dropping straight down, but my chest is staying up. So here's my squat. So I went from my jump right into my squat. From there, hands have to come down. My knees need to be wider than my elbows. That way, I can kick myself back. Now, I don't want to lose my back here, so I'm keeping a nice flat back, and then all I have to do is jump back. Now in plank position, shoulders right over the wrist, body nice and flat, straight line from my head to my heels. From there, all I have to do is a lowering plank, meaning I'm going straight down and coming right back up. From here, I need to jump my knees on the outsides of my elbows so that my knees are tracking over my toes. That way I can come right back up into the jump. Now, if a full burpee is too challenging, which they often are, you can completely eliminate the push-up. So I start with my jump. I land with knees wide, hands are coming down, and all I'm gonna do is kick my feet back. Straight line from my head to my heels, and then I'm jumping my feet right back up, knees outside of the elbows, tracking over the toes, and jumping up and repeating. And one more modification, if you wanna make this more of a low impact move, you just take out the jump and you walk it back. So again, starting over here, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna squat down, hands are gonna come down, I'm gonna walk one foot, and then the other, and then I'm gonna walk back, back, and up. So let's talk about breath work throughout the exercise. You wanna make sure that you're breathing through the hardest part of the exercise, which is typically when you're doing the walk back or the walk back forward, and then lower right back down. So again, always wanna make sure that you're breathing out on the hardest part, and always taking breaths throughout the entire exercise. Or if you're doing the advanced version, the jump back and the jump back forward.
Okay, so they modified the exercise for you. So again, work up, but we want the full burpee. We want you to eventually be able to do the full burpee. All right, now we're going to look at body squats. Now, again, the whole thing about these exercises that I'm showing you is that there is no need for you to have any type of weight equipment. You can, this is stuff that you can do in your basement, in your living room, wherever, your parents will let you do the exercise. This next exercise are the body squats, and again, focus on the technique, doing it properly. And I'm going to show you four different types of body squats. One is just the regular body squat that you do, but I want you to do the body squats with what are called pulse squats. Instead of just doing the flat out body squats, I want you to put the pulse in there as well. So what you will do is that you'll get in the proper position, back straight. You'll squat down, and when you get to that bottom position, you'll do 3 pulses. What I mean by that is that you'll go down, and then you'll come up once, you'll then go back down, come up twice, and go back down, come up the third time, and go back down, and then you'll come to full extension. All right, so it's just a pulse. You're only going 2 to 4 inches each time that you do this. But the idea is that you go from having your hamstrings parallel to coming up a little bit and then going back down. These will really work your quads. This is really something that is important for us as wrestlers when we're taking a shot, or when we are trying to do a stand-up. Getting that area right in there where we need that extra strength. So the idea is to get to 20, and then as you get stronger, and is to increase it. Right, is to increase it. If you can't do 20, again, do 2 sets of 10 instead. But the main thing is that you continue to increase, you continue to get stronger, or you can do more sets. If you feel strong enough, do 2 sets of 20, or do two sets of 25. Now, you can modify this by doing goblet squats, which is the same thing, except that you're going to be using a weight. If you have weights, if you have dumbbells, that you can use the dumbbells to add some resistance to this exercise. So the first thing is we're going to take a look at the regular body squats, and then we'll look at the pulse squats, and then dumbbell squats or goblet squats, and then goblet squats with the pulse.
Body weight squat. Start with your legs hip width apart, squat down, making sure that your butt is going back and your knees aren't going forward past your toes. Go back up, squeezing glutes at the top, and repeat.
Now, on the regular squats, I do not want you to extend your arms out. I want you to keep your arms inside your frame, because that's how we're going to wrestle. You know, when you're doing a shot, you know, we keep our arms inside our frame. So when we're doing these body squats, we're keeping our arms inside the frame. Same thing with the pulse squats. Really, with the pulse squats, you're not going to put your hands outside, but I want you to keep your hands, you know, inside your frame.
Pulse squats, 1, 2, 3, go. And up, start position, stop.
All right, I'm going to look at this.
Pulse squats, 1, 2, 3, go. And up, start position, stop.
Okay, so notice that she did 4 there. You only need to do 3. So you go down 1, then you do 3 of the pulse squats, and then you go to your extended position. Now these are goblet squats. This is where you add a weight to your
A great toning exercise is called the goblet squat. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to grab either a dumbbell, you can grab a kettlebell, and you're going to hold it right in front of you. Now your feet are going to be a little bit wider than shoulder width. And as you come down, you're going to keep the dumbbell right in front of you the whole time. You're going to get down low. As you come down, make sure that your shoulders are back, core is tight, your back is flat. We don't want to lean forward. We don't want to round our shoulders. We want good form. So down and come up. Down, come up. Basically like a regular squat, your feet are just a little bit wider. Weight stays right in front of you. This is great for your quads, hamstrings, and your glutes. Your core is always tight, so no matter what, you're always working your core at the same time. So down and up. We're gonna do about 15 to 20 reps, 2 to 3 sets, and definitely by the end of these, you should feel a burn. Great for the quads, hamstrings, and your glutes. Make sure that you have proper form. We don't want to feel any pain in our lower back. That means keeping your shoulders back, your core tight, and your back flat. There you go. That's a great toning exercise called the goblet squat. So basically when it comes to choosing a
All right, so now we're going to take a look at the goblet squat with the pulses. This is, you know, much more when it comes to the working the quads and the hams and the glutes. So again, proper technique. Notice that when the woman was showing you how to do the goblet squats, or the goblet squats, she was talking about shoulders back and your head up and you know, keeping your back flat. Because you don't want to be leaning over, because you don't want to hurt yourself.
Goblet pulse squats are excellent for building up your glutes and your quads. So what you're going to want to do is grab onto the dumbbell, keep it nice and close to your body, standing a little wider than hip width apart, pointing your toes slightly out. We're going to sink into the squat, and then at the bottom what you're going to do is do a partial rep, sink back down, and come all the way to the top. Squeeze your butt at the top of the movement.
Now if you notice there that he only did 1 pulse when he did the goblet squats. I want you to do 3 when you come up, whether you're doing it with a weight or without a weight, whether it's just the body squat, I want you to do at least 3. Okay. The other thing is we need to do cardio. You need to get out and run. You need to do something. Again, you cannot just be sitting around. There's some of you that may not have done anything since last February. We've got to get out and we've got to run. We've got to work on the cardio. And so we've got a couple of different types of running programs that you can do, and you can alternate these. This is you could, like, on Monday you can do sprints. On Wednesday you do distance work. On Friday, you kind of go back and you do, say, the Jaguar mile, or you can do, like, one week you just do sprints, and the next week you do distance, and then you just keep rotating around. The main thing is to not get bored with what you're doing, because if you start to get bored with it, you're not gonna be able to do it. So the first thing is when you're doing sprints. Okay, you can start with 40-yard sprints. You can start with 60. Work up to 10. If the 10 become easy, go to 15. If 15 become easy, go to 20, or extend your distance. Go, if you can get 10 40-yard sprints without a problem, go to 50-yard sprints, then go to 60-yard sprints. All right, then go into distance. Right, the run at Central Park is a little bit over 2 miles, and you need to get yourself in enough shape that you can run 2 miles. To give you an example, you can run in your neighborhood. Right, you run your neighborhood. For those of you that live in Hanover, right, Hanover, from the front of Hanover, where Rogers Road is, up by where Camp Ernst, that's Rogers Road. So that's the front of the subdivision. That's the front subdivision of Hanover Park. All the way back to East Bend Road is 1 mile. Now, you can break it up. If you only want to run a mile, just go halfway and then come back, or whatever you deem as your ability to run. But if you go from front to back and then back to front, that's 2 miles. So that'll get you your 2 miles in. So just to give you an example, then you can use your car to clock the mileage with that. And then like I said, with what we call the Cooper mile. And what you would do is that you would start with a 10-yard sprint. So you get an area that's at least 100 yards long. And again, you can use your street if you've got a dead end street, or you can find some place to run. But you would run 10 yards and then run back, and then go 20 yards and then run back, and then 30 yards and then run back, 40, 50, 60, 70, 90. Then you would come back. Then you would sprint 100 yards, and then you would come back, and then you would be done. And that's pretty close to a mile. It would all be sprint work. But you got to work up to that. You got to work up to that. The last thing that I want to show you, these are 2 workouts that are done by a woman by the name of Demi Bagby. She's a YouTube exercise videographer. She is in tremendous shape, and she has her own YouTube channel. You guys can go under. She's also got a website. She puts it on on her videos that she shows. But I want you to watch these videos. You can actually just do these exercises, and I mean they're very good for you. They're going to do all the same things that are up above that we've shown you or talked to you about. But the thing is that you got to get out and do it. And again, these are you could do all these different exercises, from the push-ups and the sit-ups and the squat thrusts or the burpees, to the mountain climbers, to the goblet squats, or you could do this exercise. And so again, one day you could do, on a Monday you could do that whole series of exercises that I gave you. Wednesday, do one of Demi Bagby's workouts. The next day, do the other workout that she has. And so, this is important for you to do, and to get these workouts in to be in your best possible shape when the season starts.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I have my first ever special guest,
Scott Matheson. How you guys doing?
We are going to be taking you guys through a home body weight workout.
We're going to be training a little bit of everything, doing some standing movements, some push-ups on the ground, some abs, literally training the entire body.
Before we get into this awesome workout that I can't wait to share with you, don't forget to comment below any other workouts you want to see. Like, subscribe, hit that notification button, download Demi Baggy Fit for more of my workouts, and stay tuned on my channel for more workouts as well.
It's gonna be a burner.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Ready?
Let's go.
That wraps up our workout, guys. Thank you so much for joining.
All right, so a couple of things that, like I said, I want you to maybe avoid with the exercise that she did there. As it says, maybe the single arm push-ups, those are going to be very difficult to do. I mean, if we can't do the regular push-ups, we're definitely not going to be able to do single arm push-ups. The other thing is the Superman push-ups. You know, if you can't come back, it's like and get your hands underneath you and your feet underneath you, then it's probably not a good thing for you to do the Superman push-ups. But one of the things I really want you to focus on when you look at the exercises that she did there is that the kick-throughs that they did. And the kick-throughs is something that we really need to work on, because it simulates the sit out and turn in, or the sit through that we will do. It's a hip heist. It also helps you with your switch. So that's a great exercise to do, and it is a great way to, again, get yourself in shape. So, you know, that's an alternative to the other exercises that I've shown you. But notice that there are some things that she did in there where the same thing we're doing. I mean, she did the burpee. Now, there were some modifications with the burpee, where when she did the jump, you know, she brought her knees up to the same level as her waist. So, you know, again, the better shape that you get in, the more chances you are to be able to do these different exercises. And this is a 12-minute high.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be taking you through a 12-minute HIIT workout. So many of you guys have been requesting me to do some HIIT workouts, so today is finally the day. Today's 12-minute HIIT is going to be 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off, follow along. So get ready, grab some space. We're gonna get nice and sweaty, we're gonna have some fun, and we're all gonna work out together. Before we get into this nice, sweaty HIIT session, please support me by hitting that like button, hitting that notification button, and subscribing to my channel. Grab some space, put a big smile on your face, and let's get ready for the workout.
just gotta follow our tracks. Remember what you said way back when we met. It went something like this. You take my breath away. It's crazy how you're making me feel. The way you're smiling at me, I want it back, this feeling. I can see us working it out. You're all that matters to me. So hold on to me, baby, hold on. Put your hands into mine, wanna feel you close. So hold on to me, baby, hold on. Got our souls intertwined, I'm not letting go. So hold on to me, baby, hold on. Put your hands into mine, wanna feel you close. So hold on to me, baby, hold on. Got our souls intertwined, I'm not letting go. Our tears run dry, two broken smiles. We're lost right now, so hold on, hold on. We just gotta hold on, hold on. I will never let go, let go. We just gotta hold on, hold on. I will never let go, let go. So hold on to me, baby, hold on. Put your hands into mine, wanna feel you close. So hold on to me, baby, hold on. Got our souls intertwined, I'm not letting go. So hold on to me, baby, hold on. Put your hands into mine, wanna feel you close. So hold on to me, baby, hold on. Got our souls intertwined, I'm not letting go.
Okay, so that was her 12-minute HIIT, high intensity training workout, and you don't have to do it for 45 seconds. I would say that again, if you're not in the best shape or you haven't really been doing anything, 45 seconds is going to be way too much. She's a very fit athlete. Start with 20 seconds and work up to the 45. These videos are on here to show you the proper technique, give you some different ideas. It is not for you just to watch. All right, doing a workout isn't watching the Debbie Bagby do her 12-minute HIIT workout. So you need to get up off the couch and you need to be the one to do the workout. Find somebody to do the workout with. I mean, somebody in your neighborhood, or sometimes you've got somebody in your house that might be willing to do it with you as well. But it's always better to exercise with somebody else, and if you can. But again, always maintain the social distancing and the proper protocol and everything else. But this is available to you. I'm going to be getting back with you to check up on you, see how things are going. We maybe try to do some Zoom meetings to present you guys with some information. Again, we're just trying to figure out how we're doing. I apologize for any of the technical difficulties that we had. I'm not editing this. I'm just going to go on it as it is. I'm not a YouTuber. Don't claim to be. I'm not so sure that that's what I aspire to be. But again, this is for you. Since we can't be in person, we've got to do it at distance, and so we've got to get this work done. And like I said, I'll be checking back with you in the future. You guys have a good day, and let's get working out, get ready for the season.